Have you ever felt a sudden chill on a perfectly still night? A fleeting shadow in the corner of your eye that vanishes when you turn to look? Does the howl of a distant dog send a shiver down your spine, making you pull your collar a little tighter? For over a century, such moments of unease have been inextricably linked to one name, a name that whispers of ancient castles, dark secrets, and eternal bloodthirsty life. This is the domain of Count Dracula, a figure of profound fear and fascination. He stands as perhaps the most iconic monster in the vast pantheon of global folklore and literature, a creature of the night whose story has captivated and terrified generations. Is he merely a phantom born from the pages of a book? Or does his legend stretch its roots deeper into the cold, hard soil of history? The question itself is part of the allure. The power of Dracula's story lies in its masterful blend of... The genesis of Count Dracula can be traced back to the mind of a diligent Irish author, Bram Stoker. He worked as a business manager at the Lyceum Theatre in London. He spent years meticulously researching Eastern Europe, folklore, geography, history. He was captivated by superstitions and dark tales that came from the Carpathian Mountains. From this rich well of myth and legend, Stoker needed a figurehead, a historical anchor. He found that anchor in a figure far more terrible than any fictional monster. Vlad III, the Prince of Wallachia, ruling intermittently during the mid-15th century. He was a formidable and ruthless warlord, known for his fierce defense against the encroaching Ottoman Empire. His father belonged to a chivalric order called the Order of the Dragon. The order's Romanian name was Dracula. Vlad, as its son, became known as Dracula, literally son of the dragon. That powerful name gave Stoker the perfect title, but Stoker borrowed more than a name. Vlad III was also known by a far more gruesome nickname, Vlad the Impaler. He earned that name through his preferred method of execution. Victims included foreign invaders and domestic dissenters. He was said to have impaled tens of thousands on large wooden stakes. A tale of terror, the narrative unveiled, the novel Dracula unfolds through a collection of journal entries, letters, and newspaper clippings, a narrative technique which immerses the reader directly into the escalating sense of dread. The story ignites when a young English solicitor, Jonathan Harker, embarks on a journey to the remote Carpathian Mountains. His mission is to finalize a real estate transaction with a nobleman, Count Dracula, who wishes to purchase property in London. Harker's wonder turns to terror upon his arrival at the crumbling, ominous castle Dracula. The Count is initially a gracious host, yet his strange nocturnal habits and the castle's oppressive atmosphere reveal a horrifying truth. Harker is not a guest but a prisoner. Jonathan witnesses the Count scaling the walls like a lizard and is tormented by 3 vampire brides. The focus shifts to England, where a Russian ship, the Demeter, is wrecked at Whitby during a violent storm. The crew is missing, the captain dead, his logbook detailing a malevolent presence picking them off one by one. Only cargo, boxes of native soil, only passenger, a great dog that vanishes. Count Dracula has arrived. Count Dracula is an ancient nobleman, a sorcerer who has defied death for centuries by feasting on the blood of the living. Cunning, intelligent, and profoundly proud, I am Dracula, and I bid you welcome. Beneath his civility lies a predator who commands the creatures of the night and manipulates the elements. Opposing him, Professor Abraham Van Helsing, wise mentor, doctor of medicine and philosophy, expert in obscure lore. He fuses old-world faith and modern scientific reason, rallying a coalition of courage and intellect. Jonathan, the everyman-turned-hunter, Mina, intelligent, organized, deeply courageous, her compiled journals help track Dracula. Her dangerous psychic link becomes a weapon. Seward offers a scientific perspective. Holmwood brings resources and resolve, and Quincy supplies frontier skills and bravery. Stoker codified the vampire myth for the world. Coffins of native soil, fear of sunlight, garlic, crucifixes, shape-shifting, hypnosis. On screen, from Nosferatu to Bela Lugosi, the legend grew. Listen to them, the children of the night. what music they make,